This is Cubs Radio.
Cubs Radio.
Lucarino in there, wiping off the glass. Hard left in the right combination. What is keeping him up, Phil? I don't know.
Come on, Rock.
Can't even get his gloves up to protect.
Look out! Stay down! Listen to Mick! Oh no, Steve, I think he's getting up.
No, don't do it.
Don't do it!
Don't do it.
Stay down! Oh no.
Wow.
What heart, what determination. Oh, baby, that doesn't get old.
No, it never does. That is
Classic right there.
Great movie making.
Well, you know why we play that? In honor of the Creed 2 vehicle
Creed
that's
2
coming out.
Came out last week.
Are you? Did you happen to see it?
I did.
You always go see movies without me.
I'm sorry.
Just, I just. Let me tell you what that is.
What is it?
Wrong.
Is that our president?
It's just.
Wrong.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, let me intro so people don't walk in and not know who we are.
I'm going to backtrack and say, I didn't see it, Steve. Maybe we should go.
Now, no, I'm not going to be your third choice. Who did you go see it with? Tell me that so I can even get more mad.
It's no one you know.
Oh, even more mysterious. Anyway, welcome to this stormy Cyber Monday night at Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York.
There's a giant moat around Governors tonight.
It is.
It is huge.
I am your host of the Steve Squared Show.
Who am I? You sure you want to know?
Really?
Who am I?
I'll tell you who I am. I am Stevie K, and I'm here with my partner in crime.
Who is this?
Hi.
Oh, he sounds nice.
How you doing?
Okay.
Anyway.
I'm Steve M.
Hey, what's going on, Steve M? I thought that was you. I was like, did we have a third? That would be Steve. What would that be, Cubed?
Steve, probably Steve Cubed.
Let's work on that. Let's get another Steve in our group.
Can change Anthony's name to Steve if you want.
We could.
Can you legally do that? Thank you.
I mean, it's showbiz. Everybody changes their name, so it doesn't have to be.
Sally could change her name to Steve.
But then we're getting into
Steve.
4. What would 4 be?
Steve Cubed.
No, cubed is 3.
3. No.
Yes.
Oh. Cube is 4 sides.
You don't know math. You're terrible. Anyway, welcome to this mess of an opening of a show. And a tribute to
I
Rocky.
flunked the Regents many times.
I can see that, and now so can our wide array of listeners who, let's give that number early today. Do you want to give the number or shall I?
I'll do it if you want.
Give it up.
516-465-3990. 516-465-3990.
Our operators are standing by. Oh. Well, Sally is.
Sally is.
She's our operator. So I'll tell you about my weekend, but this is how it started.
Okay.
Saturday morning, I want to get a good start to the weekend. And I'm sleeping, and this is what I wake up to.
FBI, open up!
The FBI?
Do you believe that? So I run to the back.
The FBI came to your house?
I run to the back door, because now I'm panicking.
What's the FBI doing in your house?
FBI, open up!
Did you throw a carb at an FBI agent and they're coming after you now?
It's never a good way to start a weekend when the FBI is banging at your front and back doors.
Oh.
No, I'm actually trying this new blurb thing. That's why you're getting all these little little drops that we're doing. I'm very excited. I got all these fun drops.
Very witty.
Yeah, I thought I would interject them.
Very nice. It's very nice to interject.
I like to interject. Anyway, so no, that wasn't my start to the weekend. I just wanted to test out the FBI drop.
Okie doke.
So how was your Thanksgiving? First, let me give a belated Thanksgiving happy to all of our listeners. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was very nice. I went out to the other end of the earth, eastern Long Island, and had Thanksgiving with family out there from feels like another planet when you drive out there, I'll tell you.
Where were you guys?
Rocky Point.
Ah, I love that John Denver song. Rocky Point. No, well,
That doesn't even work. Just it says Rocky, then
yeah, and the song's over. Well, it was Rocky Mountain High,
Rocky Mountain High.
not
but
Rocky Point High.
You can't put
I could do anything.
whatever. Yeah, I guess you've just proven that.
Wrong.
Okay, exactly.
So
But it was nice.
it was nice family and
We
everything.
fried a turkey.
A turducken,
No, not a we fried a turkey.
traditional.
Just took a turkey and put it in that big thing outside the house and fried that, Mama.
So
It was good.
go ahead, ask me about mine now.
It was succulent.
Oh,
It was moist.
whoa.
Moist. I know you hate that word. So, Steve,
Hey, which brings us to our sponsor for this first segment of our show, Moist Succulent Turkey. So ask me about mine.
okay, Steve, how was your Thanksgiving?
Well, we do the traditional thing. My family dresses up as pilgrims. My dad was Miles Standish this year.
Oh, nice.
Mom did Pocahontas.
Wow.
Yeah. And so we all went out. Me and my dad got a couple of those muskets. It's hard to find a working musket in 2018.
All right.
But we did, and we ran around the backyard and recreated the first Thanksgiving. Exactly. Which brings us to our first segment. You have a few near you. I have some interesting Thanksgiving facts that I printed out. I thought we should give our audience.
You gave me too much paper here.
I really went paper crazy. I'm so sorry. I know you like to.
I know. I have
You like to just fly. You're more like fly free. You just walk into the studio. I do weeks of preparation. You do nothing.
I do a lot.
You showed up in a canoe tonight.
My feet are soaking wet.
All right.
What the-
Read the first thing.
You can't even read this. I know my eyesight's better than yours. I can't.
I need a telescope to read this.
What should I read?
The first one.
Okay, well, anyway. Well, this I knew. The first Thanksgiving was held in the autumn of 1621. It included 50 pilgrims and 90 Wampang Indians and lasted 3 days.
Did you say that right? Was that Wampum?
Wampanoag. Wampanoag.
Which is between Montauk Point and Riverhead. No? I think it's on the train line, isn't it? It's Riverhead, Wampanoag.
You're getting confused with Spionk.
Oh, yes. Which wasn't where the first Thanksgiving was.
No.
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 Okay.
Quag.
Oh, I love
Not
Quag.
Quag either.
I had Quag.
Many historians believe that only 5 women were present at the first Thanksgiving, so that's why
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't make for a.
as many women settlers didn't survive that difficult first year in the U.S.
That's terrible.
No.
And it's a mismatch too. If you're having a musical dance at the end of the feast,
Right.
you got 49 wampums and just a couple of. Nah, it's just terrible. Anyway, let me go to the next one.
Okay.
Wow, Thanksgiving didn't become a national holiday until 200 years later. Sarah Joseph Haight.
Hale.
Hale.
That's Hale, Steve.
Haight. It's Hale. The woman who actually. Oh, listen to this. She actually wrote Mary Had a Little Lamb. And what she did was she wrote. Now, this is interesting. She wrote letters to President Abraham Lincoln to convince him to make Thanksgiving a national holiday. So this is, I don't understand this. She writes a book, Mary Had a Little Lamb, and now all of a sudden she has a direct contact to Lincoln? We do a podcast, can't get in touch with Peter King.
Well,
I don't understand any of this. Go read the next one.
no turkey on the menu at the first Thanksgiving, Steve.
That's Bell and Evans' fault right there.
There was no Bell and Evans the first Thanksgiving. Historians say that no turkey was served at the first Thanksgiving. What was on the menu, Steve? What do you think? Deer
Oh,
or venison?
nice.
Ducks? Geese?
Long Island-
Oysters?
Oysters, beautiful.
Lobster? Eel? And fish.
Thank God I wasn't born during
They
those
probably
times.
ate pumpkins, but no pumpkin pies.
Okay.
They also didn't get mashed potatoes or cranberry relish either. So there.
Did they get to watch any football games? Was the fat Uncle Indian sitting there going,
Well-
change the game?
But they didn't get cranberry relish, but they did probably have cranberries.
All right, whatever.
And no turkduckins, Steve. Turkey tuck. In case you guys didn't know what a turkducken is, it's a turkey stuffed with a duck,
Ew.
stuffed with a chicken.
That's not on the keto diet.
They didn't have those in those days.
Just to repeat, that is a turducken is not on the keto diet.
It's not?
No.
But that's all meat, though. You can do that, right?
No. Don't make me play the blurb again. I don't want to play him. No forks at the first Thanksgiving.
No forks in medieval times.
Well,
Hence, no forks in medieval times.
go ahead. See, I just read the highlights. You're going too deep into it. Give me another fast one.
Thanksgiving is the reason for TV dinners. Did you know that?
No.
Do you want me to go on?
Give a little background.
All right, I don't want to give.
Interesting.
All right, because it is interesting. In 1953, Swanson had so much extra turkey, 260 tons actually, that a salesman told them they should package it into aluminum trays. This is ridiculous. With other sides,
Are you making this up?
like sweet potatoes, and the first TV dinner was born.
I have to interrupt you.
Why?
We have a caller.
Thank God.
You're interrupting our
Okay.
turducken segment, but I think let's see who we have.
Going,
Hey.
change the game, but they didn't get it well.
You are
They
on
probably have
the
picked
Steve Square Show. Who do we have the pleasure?
turducken.
Oh, it's Barbara.
Oh, Barbara.
Barbara, I was wondering, even though my name's not Steve, can I be your third Steve?
Well,
We'll be taking auditions
yes, you have
soon.
you have a bit of a high voice to qualify for a Steve. Now you'll have you'll have to turn.
I could always make it loud. I could always make it lower.
You could have to turn your radio down because she's doing the radio caller thing. She's
Oh, really?
yeah.
This is my first.
We hear a little.
Oh,
feedback.
this is my first time.
That's better.
First time, long time. Right.
Big fan, first time caller.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening. Be careful. Are you driving right now?
Of course I'm not driving. I would never do anything like that.
Okay, that's good. I hope you're not drinking and dialing at
Oh,
the same
no,
time.
I'm just drinking and driving.
It's
That's
not good
all.
to drink and dial
You're
at the
not
same
having
time. It's
turducken and
dangerous.
driving, are you?
I'm doing a couple dumplings.
So, anything on your mind besides calling with a feedback problem with your phone?
No, I just wanted to be the third Steve and was wondering if, you were accepting auditions or not.
We will be posting them definitely on our. Definitely check out our website. Look up the Steve Squared Show, and you can follow us on Twitter or on our YouTube channel, the Steve Squared Show, and we'll be posting those auditions. Yeah, that's a great thing. We should do that.
Well, I follow you constantly. I mean, I know your schedule by heart.
Well, you sound like you're in staticky bad weather, but thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Okay, my name's Barbara Michelle.
Thank you, Barbara Michelle.
Thank you very much.
That was an interesting call.
That was an interesting call.
Fantastic. Back to the Thanksgiving. There wasn't many more. Do you have any other interesting Thanksgiving facts?
Where were we up to? We're up to it was Swanson, right? That's what.
Oh, you did. Oh, here's one. Let me say this. We'll finish off. I'll give you another one. Did you know turkey is not responsible for drowsiness?
But the doctors say it is.
No, it's not. It's not. I'll tell you what is. It's the high caloric meal, or after the meal, we usually sit down. Nobody walks around or exercises, so they just kind of plop on the sofa and watch football or Mary, George.
That's not on Thanksgiving. It was on the day after.
Well, it's usually
2 days after.
Whatever.
It's usually on. They only show it on Christmas Eve now, and maybe
I
the
know.
next day. Yeah. NBC got all the rights to it, so they. It's not like the old days when it was public domain. And like everyone could play "It's a Wonderful Life" whenever. I know I'm giving you TMI.
No, I like that.
I saw that TMI look on your face.
No, I like when you give us the trivia.
Okay.
Because I give you this.
No, well, I know that might be better than the crickets.
Yeah,
so
I'm going
good.
away from the crickets and more to the machine gun. I'm in a more angrier mood tonight because of the rain.
I swear to God, if I knew that, I would have brought my packages of cinnamon raisin bagels to throw upon your.
Oh, I have. This is interesting.
Skull.
Hey, Steve.
Yes.
Do you know what the heaviest turkey on record is?
About 100 pounds.
86 to be exact.
Oh, wow. All right. I was being flippant with that.
And this year, the average turkey size in pounds, not in waist size, not like a 32 long.
Right.
So the average turkey poundage was, what do you think the average household turkey pounds is?
Yeah, your average, I guess about, say, 22.
Wow, you have a large average family. It is 15 pounds.
Okay, well, whatever.
That's enough of this.
Yep.
So that was our turkey segment. That was brought to you by Swanson's TV Dinners. If you can't put food in a tray, where would you put it?
Is Swanson our sponsor, Steve?
Oh, yeah. Gloria Swanson. Did you know Gloria Swanson was not only a advocate, but she invented the TV dinner?
No, she didn't.
I don't. You're the one with the trivia. I don't know. I make up trivia.
I just...
Because you told me when we started this show, it's internet radio. We could say or do anything we want. Nothing.
I didn't say that exactly. There's responsibilities. As with great power comes great responsibility.
That is true.
Uncle Ben? Okay.
Who is also our sponsor. Yes. I have an uncle. No, I don't have an Uncle Ben. I had an Uncle Harry, I think, a long time ago. But he didn't invent rice.
Uncle Ben didn't invent rice. I guess he did. You're right.
Did he?
I'll go with it. Whatever. I'm sick of it.
So
go ahead. Let's go.
So you know why we played that opening to Rocky? We were talking about the Creed 2 movie.
Mm-hmm.
How was the movie?
I thought it was very good.
Did you?
First one was better, but I thought the second one was very good.
Michael Jordan looks shredded.
He's a beast.
He got jacked for this movie.
He did. He truly did.
How were the fight scenes? Did they look real?
I thought they did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the original. That's why I played Rocky 1.
Yeah.
I was debating. I was talking to Anthony. We were talking, and we were like, should we do something for the Creed movie or something black? But you always have to go to classics.
I got to be honest. When it comes to Rocky, really, I know there's been all these movies out. Some of them were good. Some of them were Even so, Rocky would have been great if it was just one movie.
Yeah.
That first movie was fantastic. It didn't need, with all the antics that came up on the other ones, what with the computer robot, and it was just getting really silly. It was like
Jaws. They should have stopped at one.
It was like that, or
no, they were
Fonzie jumping the shark. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Which Jaws was that in?
What's that?
Fonzie jumping a shark.
No, that was Happy Days. But you know that.
I was going to say, I didn't think Henry Winkler was in any of the Jaws.
No, he wasn't. But you know that term, jumping the shark.
I do.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I know. So we had such a great response from our last show's Lux Radio Theater Presents of the Steve Squared Show's version of
Was it
Night
really that
of
good?
The Living Dead.
Who told you? How many people mentioned that to you?
My mom.
Okay.
Why? Is there a problem?
No. I guess it was good.
It was fabulous.
I guess. Yeah.
So I thought, in honor of the Creed 2 movie, I got us a little scene for today's Lux Radio Presents, the Steve Squared version of... Hold on. I have it here somewhere. Give me a minute. Come on, Steve. That was a weak drum roll. We're going to do a scene from Rocky 1.
Oh, my God.
Yes. So, did you notice the gear I'm in?
I know. You got your headband on.
Yeah, and look what I'm wearing.
You're wearing a
Everlast hoodie.
Everlast hoodie.
I'm going, and not only that, but you might have noticed my mitts. I got my boxing mitts. I'm going all out for this.
You working those? Let's see.
It's gonna be hard to hold the paper. Yeah, maybe I can't do it.
Oh.
Because I have to hold my script. I didn't memorize it. I
Maybe
should
we
have been
can
off
do that
book by
later.
now.
So I have a script here.
You do.
Am I playing Rocky?
Steve. I mean, what's the name of the show?
Exactly.
So
okay, I apologize.
You play Mick.
No.
You do a great Mick, and you got the hat for Mick too. Is that our the Trace Dojos hat?
Yes, it is my Trejo's Tacos hat.
Love that hat. I will be Rocky. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Steve Square Show and Lux Radio, in conjunction with Multimedia Inc.
What's Multimedia Inc?
I'm just presenting,
Are
Steve.
you starting incorporating?
I am.
something?
It's my own production studios.
Oh, really?
Live from Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York, presents a scene from Rocky 1. Hey, Mick, what are you doing here? Hey, sit down. Hey, best seat in the house, huh? Man, Mick, this is too much.
How do you mean?
I must have seen you at the gym, but seeing you here in my house, it's kind of, out of joint. By the manner in which Goldman listens, it is obvious something important is preying on his mind. Rocky is slightly uncomfortable, almost embarrassed at having outsiders see how he lives.
Listen, Rock, you're a very, very lucky guy.
Yeah?
What's happened is a freak luck.
Yeah, freak luck for sure.
Look at all them other fighters. Real good boys, good records, colorful. Fight their hearts out for peanuts. But who cared? Nobody. They got it, shoved it in their back door. Nobody ever gave them a shot at the title.
Yeah, freak luck is a strange thing, huh, Mick? Mickey does not hear. His attention is drawn to the turtles.
What are those?
Those are turtles, domestic turtles. That's Cuff and Link.
I'm here telling you to be very smart with this shot. Turtles are only good for soup. Like the Bible says, you don't get no second chance.
Mickey looks hard into Rocky's eyes. Continuing.
You need a manager, an advisor. I've been in the racket 50 years. I done it all. There ain't nothing about the world of pugilism that ain't living up there.
He lights a half-smoked cigar. Rocky at a loss. 50 years, huh?
50 years. The rep is known around Philly, and a good rep can't be bought. But I don't have to tell you that.
Hey, how about a glass of water, Mick?
Rocky, you know what I done?
What?
Next page. I done it all. I've done and seen everything. Believe what I'm telling you. You should have been the night in Brooklyn. I smacked Ginny Russo out of the ring, September 14th, 1923. Same night Firpo knocked out Dempsey out of the ring. But who got the press? He did. He had a manager. September 14th, 1923.
You got a good mind for dates, Mick.
And he gave me the vegetable in the ear. I got pain and experience, and you got heart. You kind of remind me of Marciano, you do.
Hey, nobody ever said that to me before. That's his picture right there.
Yeah, kind of remind me of The Rock. You move like him.
Mickey has rung the bell. Nothing could please Rocky more than being compared to his idol. Hey, you really think so, Mick?
You got heart.
I got heart, but I don't got no locker, huh? Rocky shifts against the wall and lowers himself into a crouch.
Christ, I know this business. Rocky, when I was fighting, it was the dirtiest racket going, see? Pugs like me were treated like fighting dogs. Throw you in the pit, and for $10, you try to kill each other. We had no management. And all got this knowledge. I want to give it to you so I can protect you and make sure you get the best deal you can.
Rocky rises and opens a window. Mickey continuing.
Respect. I always dished you respect.
Yeah, but you gave dip on my locker, huh, Mick?
I'm sorry. I made a mistake, kid. I'm asking man to man. I want to be your manager.
Fight's set, Mick. I don't need no manager.
Look, you can't buy what I know. You can't. I've seen it all. I got pain, and I got experience.
And I got pain, and I got experience, too.
Please, kid.
Listen to me. Whatever I got on the slide. The shot's no different, Mick. I didn't earn nothing. I got it on the slide. I needed your help about 10 years ago when I was starting out, but you never helped me nothing. Mickey drops the ashtray and kneels to pick it up. He remains on one knee.
If you were wanting my help, why didn't you ask? Just ask.
I asked, but you never helped nothing. Like the Bible says, you don't get no second chance, Mick.
Rocky, I'm 76 years old. Maybe you can be the one winner I never was. Your shot is my last shot.
Rocky is choked and goes into the bathroom and closes the door. Mickey struggles to his feet and like a beaten man leaves. Several moments later, Rocky comes out, noticing Mick is gone. Yeah, so you come over here and never come to my house before. You want to help me out, Mick? So help me out, huh? Come on, live here. Yeah? You see the way I live? It stinks. That's right. And you want to come around here? And sure, the guy offers me to fight. I'll fight the fight. And you know what I'm going to get? I'm going to get this. And I'm going to get that. And you want to be ringside and see it? Well, come on, Mick. Help me out, huh? This will conclude the Steve Squared version of Rocky 1. Lux Radio and Multimedia presents Rocky.
I just can't compete with that. All right.
Where was my applause?
Someday
Hold on a second.
Someday you're going to get yourself a rider, Steve.
What did you think? You were a little sticky on some of the words. You got to work on pugilism.
Well,
it's pugilism.
I know pugilism. That's
You said pugilism.
I know I
or
did.
something like that.
I try to
No, it was
get
good.
back on that. I was.
What'd you think of my ending? Pretty dramatic, huh?
I know you threw me for a loop. I was surprised. You went off the book, and all of a sudden I was
Well-
just like, I was amazed.
I'll tell you, that little rant that Rocky does, that Sylvester Stallone does, is an improv moment in the scene. Mm-hmm. That's not in the script.
Right.
And he kind of uses the angst of Mick kind of coming around to try to now get something from him, and he implodes. He just goes nuts. He goes
Right.
off, which is how I feel at work all the time. I would love to do that at work. You want me to sell more personal training? Sure, I'll sell training.
I've heard you say that.
I do. I'm going to do that tomorrow at work.
When people stalk you at the window, making sure that you're getting, your sales there.
I'm going to do it. It's getting close to the end of the month, so I think I should do it.
It's very close.
So, also in honor, this is something you always find interesting. I got a few Rocky tidbit facts. I thought.
Was that I didn't get this.
No. This is
surprise.
to me solely. You can listen.
She's surprising me.
I'm improving.
Surprising.
I'm going off book. Well, this you probably know. If you know them, be honest. Tell me if yes or no.
Yep.
First one is the inspiration for Rocky. Now, I'm sure you know this, was Chuck Wepner.
It was.
He fought Ali
The Bayonne Bleeder.
in 1975. And did you see the movie that they did? It was
Chuck Wepner. Who played Chuck Wepner? I forgot who it was.
right.
now.
He was great.
Was it John C. Riley?
Look it
Who
up quick.
was
It wasn't John C. Riley.
No, I know. It was called Chuck, right?
Yep. Look it up while I give the next one.
Okay.
This is really good. United Artists, UA, that was producing the motion picture, originally wanted Robert Redford, Burt Reynolds, or Kevin Hart. No, I'm just kidding. James Caan.
Right. Oh, it was the Bleeder. That was the name because that was his nickname, the Bayonne Bleeder. Liev Schreiber was.
Yes.
Was.
Very good. This is interesting. Now, for the role of Adrian, actress Carrie Snodgrass
Oh wow.
was originally cast, and because she wasn't paid enough, turned it down. Great move by her.
Yeah, really, because
She did.
you really have no idea. You have no idea where she. Well, she was a fairly big actress in the 70s.
Yeah, she was great in that. Was she?
I don't know.
Was she the
Actually,
extra in The Bionic Woman?
I don't know. No. She did a lot of movies. I can't even tell you what they are, but they were around. She was around. And she just kind of.
I'll give you another interesting fact. She was the third Charlie's Angel. Turned that down. She was going to be Ginger on Gilligan's Island. Turned that down.
She's like the female Burt Reynolds. She turned
She
down
turned
all
down
the
everything.
great. She turned down all the great roles.
She did. She was going to be in Gone with the Wind and Dorothy in Wizard of Oz. Turned them all down.
1939, and she wasn't even a fetus. Okay.
Anyway.
I agree. That's great.
Now, this is, I'll give you another. These are great. For Paulie, Stallone wanted Harvey Keitel.
I could see that.
I thought that would be,
Mm-hmm.
right? Sometimes you can't ever see somebody else doing the role, but I could definitely see Harvey Keitel.
I could see Harvey do that.
Right?
Definitely. But I kind of like Burt Young.
Now, absolutely. I saw him, and he's a great painter, artist. He lives in Port Washington.
Yes, he does. Yeah, I know.
I went to an exhibition of his. They was showing outside of Rocky II.
Right.
He was there. And
He had art?
He had the art in his whole display. And he was, talking to the audience a little bit, very briefly, because he was kind of sick.
Yeah. What was it like? What was his art like?
It was really good. It was kind of, impressionist. It wasn't like pop art like Andy Warhol,
Right.
but it was nice. Like
Right.
scenery. He would do a lot of landscapes.
Right.
The Port Washington area, a lot of waterscapes. It was nice.
That's nice.
Very tranquil. Very peaceful.
You could probably use some of that.
I
You
know.
need to spend more time in Port Wash.
No, I need more time
Because you're
away
always
from you.
You're always so. Well, that's not a problem, is it?
No, because you go to movies alone without me.
Are you that?
Oh, I'm gonna mention it all show.
Are you that upset?
I'm a little teary-eyed. Anyway, now for the role of Mick that you just played so wonderfully,
Well,
but we'll get back to you when we're casting. Thank you, though.
Right.
Don't let the door hit you.
Thanks, pal.
Nobody else auditioned. Nobody wanted the role. Burgess Meredith was the only one that came down for the audition.
One really, truly, he really is one of the great American actors. He was amazing, and he took it.
He was great.
That's now look at that. Nobody else saw any good in this part,
Right.
But Burgess Meredith did.
They thought it was some like throwaway. Could you imagine?
Yeah, seriously, God.
Butkus, the famous dog, was Rocky's actual dog in real life.
Sylvester Stallone's real dog.
Sylvester Stallone, not Rocky, right? And Sylvester Stallone, had to sell Butkus when he was down and out, had no money to his name. Mm-hmm. And when he did the movie
Right.
and got paid, he went back to the guy he sold it to, found him, and offered him endless money, like $10,000, $50,000. Guy wouldn't take it. And finally, he offered him a part in the movie and another large sum, an undisclosed sum of money, and the guy finally sold him the dog back. Could you imagine? He's like, all right, we'll make you, you can play Apollo's part. Just give me the dog. It's unbelievable. People are unbelievable. Do you remember in the scene when Rocky looks up and he points to the poster and he says, you got, Mr. Jurgens, you got the shorts wrong. I'm wearing white trunks with a red stripe.
Right.
That was an actual mistake they did. And in the scene, Rocky just noticed it and improv that line.
He really, Stallone's a good actor.
He
really is a good actor. His choices are sometimes circumspect, but he's got a good instinct.
No, he does.
You're right.
Yeah, I was checking out the back.
I was hoping. Oh no, the print is bad again.
No, I printed it, so it's wonderful. Now this is interesting for you. I'm sure you know half of this trivia fact, but not the whole. Sylvester Stallone's brother, obviously Frank Stallone, was in the movie. Mm-hmm. That's common knowledge. He was in the doo-wop group.
Right.
But his father was in the movie, Frank Sr. Do you know what part he played?
That I don't know.
Tough, right? I didn't know this. He rang the bell for the opening championship round for the fight. He gave him ding, gives him the bell.
That's kind of cool. When I lived in California, I went into a bookstore. I think it was a Barnes & Noble. And I walk in there, and there's a book signing and a meeting. It's Jackie Stallone, Sylvester's mother. She just put a book out at the time on astrology. And this woman was absolutely hysterical. And so everyone's like, she's giving out astrological advice to people because,
right.
You're an Aries. Oh, let me tell you, my son. And she compares everyone's life with Frank, and Sylvester says Sly and Frank and blah, blah, blah. It was so funny.
I liked his, what was...
She was a character.
My gosh, you'll help me with this. Henry Winkler, Sylvester Stallone, what was that? Lords of Flatbush.
Lords of Flatbush.
That was his first?
No. He did a lot of other movies. He did The Prisoner of Second Avenue.
Oh, yes, right.
He mugged Jack Lemmon. And Jack Lemmon chased him, too.
I remember that. That's right. Oh, my gosh. I didn't even remember that.
I don't think... did he get a credit? He might have. But, yeah. And that was 1975. So...
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, going back, I actually have some audio of... what was her name? The Snodgrass girl.
Carrie Snodgrass?
Carrie Snodgrass. That's what I was digging for. I found it on YouTube. This is when Stallone and Alvinson and the whole crew were offering her part and the contract. Let me turn up the audio, make sure everybody can hear it.
No dough, no show.
Unbelievable.
She has a deep voice.
Yeah, that was another reason.
We complain about Barbara's voice, obviously. And
you know what they said?
What they say?
I don't know what they said.
I've got balls of steel.
It was a really contentious negotiation, but at the end, they made the right move and went with.
Is that so?
Talia Shire.
Talia
Shire. That's a tough name.
I know. Well, if she didn't get married to David Shire, she'd just be Talia Coppola.
True.
So
And she was also one of the castaways on Gilligan's Island, wasn't she?
yes, she was.
I would have loved to have been on that island. We should do a reboot. Maybe that. Hey, next week or our next show, we're going to do a scene from Gilligan's Island, the Christmas version, because it'll be closer to Christmas time. Did they have a Christmas on Gilligan's Island? Did they ever have an episode?
I don't think they did.
They couldn't get like a coconut tree or something?
They probably maybe they did have a Christmas episode. I have no idea.
It's a weird show, but it was my favorite. I used to sit. Let's go back in time for a second. Is that your back in time music?
Yes, it is.
I was trying to find back in time music for a segment, which we could do that real quick.
Oh, why not?
I used to love Gilligan's Island. I used to sit, have a bologna sandwich with a bag of Fritos, and watch Gilligan's Island. And like an idiot, every week think they'd get off. Because I didn't understand episodes and needing 100 to succeed in television. Now I do.
Thank God you got smart.
Which was also my favorite show with Don Adams.
There you go. Right with the
Thank you.
Is Johnny.
Is Johnny.
Okay.
So I was thinking last night, if I went back in time and it's Christmas time and I wanted to get a toy that I had when I was a kid. There was a couple. I loved the Incredible Hulk toy I had, but I think my favorite, $6 Million Man.
Now, that was a cool toy. That was a cool doll.
Now,
he had the eye that clicked.
He had a lot going on for him, and I might have some actual audio of the $6 Million Man.
Oh, do you now?
Looks good in S1. We're coming forward with the side stick. Oh, looks good. Roger. I've got a blowout. Paper 3. Get your pitch to 0.
This was the beginning that I used to watch of the $6 Million Man starring Lee Majors.
Right.
So he's an astronaut. He crashes. As you can hear the crash. Oh, man.
Steve Austin, astronaut. A man barely alive.
Look at the computers back there.
Gentlemen,
so
we
great.
can rebuild him. We have the technology.
What a great show.
It was.
We have the
Look at that. That's the eye you were talking about.
Yes. And the doll did the same thing whenever he saw his...
You could turn the eye, right. Oh, wow. Look at him. Oh, look at that bionic arm. Hey, he's working out.
There you go.
Better than he was before.
Faster.
Faster.
Better.
Stronger.
Stronger.
Ouch.
Faster.
Oh, what a great movie.
Now, if you saw the beginning, that was real NASA footage, by the way, of a crash.
Well, they had plenty of footage.
But that was a real NASA footage the opening.
No, I'm saying they had plenty of footage.
And the gentleman who was in that crash lived through that whole thing. And I interviewed him on a show, or actually I didn't interview him. I was with a crew.
Right.
And we went out to interview him
after the crash?
in the desert. No, years after.
Good.
In Andrews Air Force Base.
Wow.
I mean, he was just...
Do you remember the astronaut's name?
I'm trying to find that right now.
He probably doesn't either after that crash. That was a bad crash.
Let me see if I can find it. But I'm gonna have to look that up. I wish I knew we were talking about this. I would have.
Well, you look, and I'll tell you who else was in the $6 Million Man, who I forgot, who was a favorite actor of mine, Darren McGavin.
What did he play?
I don't have it in front of me. He was like an assistant, or he had a small role. Very small role. He was in it, which I actually used to love him in as Kolchak.
Kolchak, the Night Stalker. Great show.
Oh, that was... You see how now all the vampire movies and zombies, it's all... He was way ahead of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Way ahead of the curve. He was killing zombies and vampires way before Buffy. It was Kolchak, the Vampire Slayer. That's what... He was way ahead. Are you okay over there? You still trying to find this astronaut? You found him? Are you looking up astronaut in crash of Lee Majors?
Well, shoot, this stupid thing. Shut up.
Excuse me?
I'm talking to my phone.
Oh, okay.
My.
Because we could have it out right now.
I know we could. You don't.
I can call corporate and have you removed from the station.
Oh, stop.
I'll call Larry.
Bruce Peterson was his name.
Bruce Peterson. If you're out there, please call into the Steve
No,
Squared
he
Show.
is. He left. He has left this mortal coil on 2006, though.
Oh,
Okay.
then I take that back. Do not call in.
It happened in 1967, and he is forever since the show, the real $6 million man, and he died of natural causes, which is amazing.
What does that even mean? There's nothing natural about dying.
Is it? Everybody dies.
Stop it. You're bringing me down.
I don't.
How do you say that to the audience on a Monday? Come on. It's Cyber Monday. Happy Cyber Monday.
I got my stuff, all
I got
right?
my stuff. I got 100% off. They're just giving it all away. I used to love those commercials with Crazy Eddie.
Yes.
The prices are insane.
Giving it all away.
We got TVs. We got nothing. We got phones. They had like no technology back then. They just had these big awkward TVs.
That should be they try to sell that as a movie about him, about Eddie, because he was a crook and all that. But Danny DeVito was supposed to play wanted to play Eddie,
yeah.
but for some reason with this guy and his family, they're not didn't give the okay for the film, whatever. But it would be a great story. The commercial alone, everyone thinks the guy that did the Crazy Eddie commercials, they always called him Crazy Eddie, but
Right.
he was just a DJ, New York DJ, who got a lot of work, but he's more known for
Of course.
the commercial than anything else.
Sure. Like you're more known for the show than anything else.
Exact. Well, I'm just here.
That's true.
I'm just here to lend a hand.
So staying on the topic of movies,
Is that yes?
you also should notice you have some script near you.
Another script?
Yeah, I got lots of stuff for us. It was a hot Cyber Monday night.
My agent was not informed of this. It was not in the paperwork in the contract. Oh,
Do you
yeah,
mean?
here it is?
Because if there's a problem, I know this would be your take on that too.
No dough, no show.
What was that?
People have to stop saying that. To
Tell
me.
Carrie to shut up.
All right,
Why is always Carrie butting in tonight?
it's true. I'll get her out of the studio. So here's a list of movies that Carrie has. She actually passed on. She passed on all of these movies.
We did this already?
Yeah, but these are more. So, no, we're actually going to play a little logline game. So anybody out there, please feel free to join in and play the home version as we have the in-studio version.
Of?
Lux Radio presents Logline. Guess the logline.
I thought it was whose log line is it anyway?
Oh, I like that. Whose log is it? We'll work on the title.
All right, let's go.
And that brings me to this segment is sponsored by Duraflame Logs. Guess the Duraflame logline.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. So either one of us will go. We'll take turns.
Okay.
You pick one on your list. I'll try to guess. So what we're doing here is a log line is a sentence or two descripting a movie or television show.
Okay.
I will try, as you will too, guess the title of the movie. Shoot.
I'm first?
Start us off.
All right, here we go. A man must struggle to travel home for Thanksgiving.
Three Amigos. Oh, no, sorry.
With an obnoxious slob of a shower curtain ring salesman as his only companion.
Oh, come on. You test. That's so easy. Stop. Planes, trains, automobiles.
Absolutely.
Nice job.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'll give you one.
Okay.
The lives of two mob hitmen, a boxer, a gangster's wife, and a pair of diner bandits intertwine in 4 tales of violence and redemption.
Is that Pulp Fiction?
You got it.
Yeah,
Woo,
very
Steve.
nice.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Studio audience likes you tonight.
Well,
Go ahead.
I know.
You're up.
Usually you're the only one who gets those. A couple struggles to visit all 4 of their divorced parents on Christmas.
Oh, I know this. That's 4 Christmases or a
Yes! Yes!
Thank you.
Winner! Chicken dinner.
Oh, I got one. Here's one. Let's go back in time, shall we?
Let's go back.
Gotta go. I was gonna do that song. Gotta go
Gotta
back
get
in time.
Yes.
Set in unoccupied Africa during the early days of World War II. An American expatriate meets a former lover with unforeseen complications. Don't make me give you a hint that'll give it away.
Harrison Ford?
No.
Okay. I'm way off. I don't know.
You want me to give you a hint?
Give me a hint.
Sweetheart.
Oh my
I
God,
think this is a-
Casablanca.
Thank
Oh,
you.
embarrassing.
Come
That
on,
was-
Steve.
That was
It's a
horrible.
classic. Go ahead,
That
you're
was
up.
Embarrassing. God.
This is going beautifully.
When a nice old man who claims to be Santa Claus is institutionalized as insane, a young lawyer decides.
Stop talking about my family. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
A young lawyer decides to defend him by arguing in court that he is the real thing. Are you telling me you don't know this?
That would be The Miracle on 34th Street.
It's nice that that I was sure you're going to butt in and right in the middle. That was.
I'm sorry. I thought for a second you had the bio on my family tree. You went to, what is that called? Genealogy.com? Genealogy?
Yeah.
Something like that. All right, so we're tied. Oh, okay. Here we go, Steve. A mentally unstable Vietnam War veteran works as a nighttime taxi driver in New York City, where the perceived decadence and sleaze feeds his urge of violent action, attempting to save a pre-adolescent prostitute in the process.
You looking at me? You looking at me? Taxi driver.
Of course. Very good. Go ahead. Give me another.
All right.
I think we're even. Neither one of us missed you. Oh, no, you didn't get Casablanca. I'm up one.
Well, I did after a clue. All right, I'll take it.
All right, go ahead. I'll give it to you.
No problem. No, you don't have to. It was
We'll ask our
terrible on
judges.
my
Anthony,
part.
what do you think about that? We give Steve an okay on that? All right. We got a thumbs up from Anthony. He's our judge of the show. We're
Thank you,
tied.
Ann. Thank you, Ann.
You're fired, Anthony. If I had a bagel, I'd throw it at you.
Of course. After inadvertently
I don't know that movie. I thought, what about Sibilance?
I got to work with sibilance.
Sibilance.
I need to do more exercises before I do the show.
Yeah.
After inadvertently wreaking havoc on the elf community due to his ungainly size, a man raised as an elf at the North Pole is sent to the U.S. in search of his true identity.
Oh, come on. You're giving me easy ones. Elf.
Yeah, because every other word is elf in here. How could you not guess this?
Oh. A Las Vegas set comedy centered around three groomsmen who lose their about-to-be wed buddy during their drunken misadventure, then must retrace their steps in order to find him, is...
The Hangover.
That up, baby. Now you're rolling.
There you go. A boy.
A couple of more. Yeah, last one.
A boy inadvertently breaks 3 important rules concerning his new pet and unleashes a horde of
Go ahead, Steve.
Malvin T.
No do,
Malvin
no show.
Malvin mischievous monsters on a small town. Sibilance. You like that? I like that. You like that?
It's not
word.
helping you, though.
It's not helping me at all.
Even through your muttered, terrible logline enunciation, I'm going to say that's Gremlins.
You're absolutely correct.
Hey, I'll give you a last one.
Oh, you've got so much more. Okay, it's all right.
I'll give it. Yeah, it's getting weak. I want to give you a good one. Let me see if I can find this movie. I don't even know. Let's see what I got for you, Steve. I'll give you a final good one so I can beat you.
The only way you're going to beat me tonight is with that bagel, but you don't have one, so it ain't going to happen. But bring it on. Come on, bro.
All right.
Let's go, bro.
Blacksmith Will Turner teams up with the eccentric pirate captain Jack Sparrow to save his love, the governor's daughter, from Jack's former pirate allies who are now undead.
Pirates of the Caribbean. What the heck?
Which one?
The first one.
Nah, this is not Rocky 1, 2. You got to give me the tagline. Do we have a call?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, you just saying hi?
Pirates of the Caribbean. There was no tagline on the first one, and that's what I'm going with.
The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Please. Please.
I will.
And the rest of these...
Anthony, are we giving him a thumbs up on that or no?
Don't give me anything. I don't need it. Yeah,
and that would mean Funny Man Stevie K wins
the
first ever edition of Guess
we should read the rest of these because they're so easy. You would get every single one of these. Ha!
You do not have a gripe with me. You have a gripe with Anthony, our producer.
Anthony, it's all right. Steve decided to give me this group.
Okay. Well, I gave you
Give
easy
me
ones
that
too.
hand, Anthony.
There's a movie. It's called Casablanca. Rent it. You might like it. Anyway. Oh, speaking of gripes, since you were, I got a big one.
Oh, really? And what is that?
I'll tell you right now.
You a little peeved?
I'm peeved tonight. So I go into Stop and Shop, as I frequent them often,
You love them for their flavorful meats.
and they're open till midnight.
Yes.
So I see on the bulletin board they have some. I notice because it catches my eye. Big flyer of Elvis Presley, a big flyer of Paul Simon, and Cher, and it says appearing at Sergio's restaurant in Massapequa. And in and I know you're going to say it's my eyes, but in the most microscopic font, I believe it was quicksand font that they could find, it says cover. Now, I'm not a dummy. I understand Elvis is not finishing off his later years at the Sergio's restaurant in Massapequa, nor is Paul Simon. But it's just the idea they're trying to sell this as to catch people, because maybe not everybody doesn't know that he's not around anymore.
I'm not going to lie.
Due to the turducken he used to enjoy frequently after a Las Vegas set. Yo, I'm going to give me some turducken, baby.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Do it.
But I've seen the same exact ads around, and it's stupid. It is.
Who
You
are they
look
trying
at
to
it.
fool?
I saw one that was actually believable because Cyndi Lauper. I mean, look, Cyndi. No, and then I looked real closely. Yeah,
Exactly.
cover.
Like, who are you trying
What?
to...
These guys are clowns, really. This is
That's
just
weak.
amateurs.
You know, it's kind of like they're trying to, I don't know, get over a little bit or something like that. I just found it, I found it insulting.
Why can't they just do a tribute? Because they did. I had another one said the Beatles also, which was really funny.
Well, remember I said that? I thought they were
They used
performing
the
at the
actual
Massapequa Library.
It's
And apparently it wasn't the Beatles, it was your podcast, buddy.
not my podcast, someone else's podcast.
Oh.
But yeah, no.
I don't like when they do that, because stop it. You know, at your little stupid restaurant, you don't have, Paul Simon singing Bridge Over Troubled Waters while you eat some bad overpriced mussels marinara.
You see Paul hang out, after the SNL hang out with Lauren Michaels. Say, so what are you doing this weekend, Paul? I'm going out to Sergio's in Massapequa, and I'm going to do a show there.
Yeah. I thought I would do, I want to bring it back home. I'm going to watch you shine. I'm going to watch you. Hey, can I get a lasagna marinara? Table 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop it. Maybe the Massapequa Diner I could see, because that's an upscale joint.
That's a classy place.
They serve pumpkin soup. Oh. Love it.
All right.
We're bringing it home. Hang out. 8 more minutes, Steve. Can you stay awake?
I'm fine. I haven't yawned all night tonight.
I hope you've ordered the Uber canoe to pick us up after the show. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're looking around Long Island for a tree lighting ceremony, look no further than Northport. This is fantastic. You're going to love this.
Now, what's so special about this?
They're not doing any old tree lighting. No, sirree, Bobby. They're replicating the leg lamp lighting from a Christmas
There's a giant
story.
woman's leg in
Yes.
the middle of Northport.
So classy. That's why I like Northport. That's why I train the gyms up there. They are getting a ceremony. All the kids and children can gather around this lady's leg, and they're going to light it.
Wow.
I think we should go.
That's hot.
You shoot your eye out, kid. You know what that movie is? I hope you've at least seen that, Steve.
I believe that was Casablanca.
You're right. This is really interesting. Now, this is in the city, but I thought we should... I know we always like to do around Long Island, but I had to put this in.
Of course.
At the Christ Church in Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
Love the name. Go right to it. Don't even muddle around.
Victorian funerals?
No. They're doing a blessing of the animals.
Oh, I love when they do the blessing of the animals. That's fantastic.
You could bring any pet. They said you'll see pigs,
Yes.
ferrets, squirrels,
Camels,
whatever you can
they all,
find.
they all.
Zebra, it's Noah's Ark in there.
Yep.
But here's the catch. And I thought this was the interesting part. They must be accompanied by an owner. So if you're a giraffe walking around Midtown, Don't go get blessed unless you have somebody
you can't
with a leash
get blessed
around
unless you have a human being, which is just
Right.
that's disgusting.
Now, at the Long Island Christ Church, you have to, you can't get blessed, Steve, by a rabbi or minister unless you bring an animal that brings you in. They do it reverse.
All right.
That actually warrants, for the first time tonight, which you will find.
That was very democratic of you, Steve.
You will find them getting blessed. That's going to be hard to get all the crickets in the church.
Yes. How do you bless the crickets? They're quite spry. They kind of.
I hope they bless the Midtown rats that I've seen on the subway line. I hope they get those in.
Well, they're easy to find.
Yeah. I'd like to bless those because they're scary.
They are. I remember one time I went.
You couldn't do it, could you? Just couldn't do it.
I remember one time.
You know this is being recorded, don't
I
you?
know it is.
It'll live in infamy?
I remember
Ecstasy?
one time.
What did they say? Not ecstasy.
When we went to Yankee Stadium, we were getting playoff tickets, not World Series tickets, the playoff tickets. We were waiting online, and we were in the subway. Maybe it was another time, but anyway,
remember,
we were in the
yes.
subway, and we saw those rats were just
huge.
They're running back and forth along the tracks, playing.
They're bigger than Men of War.
Yes, they are.
They were like, what's the horse that was trying to win the Triple Crown this year?
I don't know, Warhorse?
No. Oh, my God.
Warhorse!
Are we almost done with this? All right, I'll give a couple more. I went to the Cradle of Aviation Tree Festival with my friend, I hope she's listening, Karen. You know my friend Karen?
She's back?
She's in for the holiday.
Oh, that's nice.
Beautiful. She looks wonderful. I'll show you a picture. Mm-hmm. So we go over to the Cradle of Aviation, to this scam.
Now, what's the scam at the Cradle of Aviation Museum?
So they charge me and her $15 each. I still have the stamp I can't get off. I've used Brillo soap pads. I can't get it off.
You're marked.
I'm marked that they know because, God forbid I should escape and try to come back in and see this mess again.
So what do you get for $15?
Absolutely nothing. So you go in, you see they're trying to sell you everything everywhere. Little trinkets and all this minutia, which is the word of the day. So then we finally get to an area of interest. We see the fire museum. Firemen.
Firefighters Museum.
Yeah.
That's a different price, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's a different museum. It's next door.
You've hit my gripe. It wasn't next door. It was, you walked up like 2 feet, and they have it roped off, and there's 2 teenagers asking me for $5. $5. And all there was one fire engine there. I could see it over the rope, so I got mine. I got even. I said, no, it's okay. I'll stand here and look.
That reminds me of someone I know who will not pay for the Steiner Sports appearances. So what he does is, how they'll do it in front of the store in the circle at Roosevelt Field. And he'll just jump the line and say, he did this. Hey, Shaq, what's up, man? And he takes a picture with them.
So
and Shaq
awesome.
didn't care, but they really do care. They get really PO'd.
Wow.
Okay.
I would do that. But,
That's great.
Well, that was good. That was a good show.
Yeah.
We're actually coming to the end, wrapping up. I do want to mention that on our next show, we are looking to have the one and only Eric Bolin from Newsday, who covers the Yankees.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, he's going to call in and talk about some of the status of off-season baseball, how the Yanks and everybody else is doing. He's going to do a call-in. And still trying to get Phil Satilli. We're still working on that. That's been kind of a logistic nightmare with him.
He's a showman. I like that guy.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get him before year end. But always a pleasure to spend another hour with you.
Thank you. It's the same as here.
You do a great Mick. I really enjoyed our
I hope
scene from Rocky.
Really
we'll get to listen to it on the recording. I'll get feedback from my mom. She'll tell me the truth.
Don't want to listen.
She will tell me if you were awful. She doesn't joke
listen
around.
to this stuff at all.
Anyway, once again, safe and happy Cyber Monday from all of us to all of you on the Steve Squared Show.
That's all, folks.